You're tuned into Visions, a business and community affairs program designed to encourage and promote entrepreneurship in Central Alabama.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Vision. Cedric Vaughn, very excited about our guest today, Dr. Quinton T. Ross Jr., the president of Alabama State University. We're going to hear from Dr. Ross in a moment, but first, we just want to recognize our sponsor for this program, Supreme Cleaning Incorporated. We do it right the first time. We appreciate their support. Dr. Ross, we've been working for a while to get a chance to talk to you. I want to say welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. We want to say congratulations to you and for your selection and appointment as president of the Alabama State University.
That's right.
And one of the things that I've heard you say is the time is now.
That's right.
What does that mean?
Well, listen, the time is now. Of course, you know, we celebrated 150 years on last year, so we're moving 150 years forward. And so the time is now for us to make sure that Alabama State University is sustainable for the next 150 years. So that means a review of the overall academic enterprise. It means to go in and look at the things that we're doing to make sure that we retool them for the future, and providing opportunities not only for our students but for the community at large, and realizing that we're a university, that everyone in the river region and beyond are welcome to Alabama State University. And so we're just excited about this time. The time is now for us to move forward for another 150 years.
Well, I tell you what, I like that message. That's a preaching message. I heard you preach at the time is now. It is fantastic. And you just mentioned the word communiversity.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, listen, we as an institution of higher learning, we cannot function in a silo. We have so much to offer to the community at large because we sit in the midst of a community. So providing opportunities to access to higher education through our continuing education, through any number of programs that we have on campus, the various camps. Right now we have some 300 children on campus, exposure to SkyCap and all of the other wonderful programs that we have, but giving the community an opportunity to come in and be a part of the university. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, once a Hornet, always a Hornet. So when you step foot on the campus and enjoy some of the many things that we have on campus, it's communiversity. So we've had, you know, the Senate Pro Tem and his Comprehensive Education Committee have been meeting on campus in our Levi Watkins Learning Center. So individuals who've never had the opportunity to come to Alabama State have been donning our doors and getting exposure to what we do. And so it's community. And so we just open it up and we invite everyone to come by to experience, whether it be a lecture, to experience some of our athletic programs. But that's what we mean by communiversity. Everybody, the business community at large, the faith-based community, everyone has a place at the table at Alabama State University.
Well, and you talked about community, and we know that Alabama State University has been a vital link in our community for years and years, and you talked about a lecture, and I came to the lecture where you invited the Mayor of Birmingham,
correct,
down, Mayor Randall Woodfin, and that was a great session, and you facilitated that, and that's the kind of connection to the community that you're speaking about.
Correct, exactly, and you know, we want to offer to our students the best and the brightest, and so when we have our lecture series, we're bringing individuals from all over the world, but we have very impactful individuals in the state of Alabama that we want to expose our young people to let them know where they are and what they can become, and so it's important that we get involved that way.
So you are the 15th president.
Yes.
And we're at the 150th year point of the university's history, and so when we talk about ASU Forward, what does that mean in relation to the 150 years?
Well, listen, and just to talk about me getting there, you know, to come to Alabama State University as a freshman and to serve as freshman class senator, and then to go on to serve as one of 7 African American state senators in the state of Alabama, to become president, the 15th president, after serving SGA president at Alabama State University. I mean, you know, I tell people, you know, only God could put that together. But really, we're looking at making sure that we prepare our young people for the workforce of today. You know, we just recently had meetings. You have so many careers in the cyber security realm. We have so many possibilities for our young people to impact in terms of business. And then when you talk about just education, making sure that our College of Education is on point with how to deal with issues and deal with young people of today. So again, when we talk about 100 years forward, that means that we have to go in and look at what we've always done, that we've been good at, but make sure that it's meeting the goals of what it is today in the current marketplace in various professions. And so we're working hard with that by reviewing all of our programs. We have 18 intercollegiate sports, which also fall into that college life, that cultural college life, along with 62 degree programs in between 7 colleges. So we have a robust academic area as well as a robust intercollegiate sports program.
Well, now speaking of sports, did I see that again the sports department won the Commissioner's Cup?
Commissioner's Cup, yeah. It's the 5th cup, and that means that we've met all the goals and accomplishments of the SWAC. Matter of fact, I was just in Atlanta at the SWAC commissions meeting where we were looking for a new commissioner, but we've done extremely well. And aside from the athletics, the academics is what is so amazing to have some 300 athletes that are on the 3.0 and above. That speaks volumes to the work that our coaches do, our counselors and our advisors, because not only do we want them to be great in athletics, we want them to be outstanding in academics. And that's been part of our focus. 5 things that we dealt with and wanted to deal with when we hit the ground running. Number 1, we wanted to put students first. Second, academic excellence, making sure that we focus in on the academic excellence. And the other is going to be our capital improvements on campus, because we have to make sure that campus is up and running for people to come and be a part of. And then our engagement with alumni and community. So those are the 5 things that we've been focusing on since we've hit the ground running. Today is my 253rd day.
Wow.
253. Yeah. So but we've hit the ground running.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. We have a wonderful faculty, staff, and student body. And as we grow, and people get our message about ASU 100 years forward, we're taking that message all across the nation.
Good. Well, we want to say congratulations on your 253rd day today. You're still standing by faith. Amen. Yes. Now, you talked about advancing the programs. We talked about cyber, and I saw that you recently joined the Montgomery Internet Exchange.
Exactly, and that's all a part of making sure that we're on that cutting edge technology. And so we joined the Montgomery Internet Exchange to increase our bandwidth on campus, which is good for our faculty, our students, in terms of the speed in which they can get information. You talk about 100 gig. That comes out of that internet exchange, and so you're talking about a nanosecond that you can receive information, and so that's a part of our growth, making sure that we're part of the community at large, working in partnership with the city and the chamber, because again, it goes back to communiversity. We have to all connect and form those partnerships which are necessary to give the students the best, to give the community the best, but also expose the university beyond to greater heights.
And as far as the university and an exposure, ASU, the Alabama State University, is really making a great economic impact in the River region.
Listen, when you talk about over 1,000 employees that we have that live within the River region, coming to work every day, paying taxes, and all of the grants that we have coming into the institution, we make a major economic impact, and not only on a day-to-day basis, but anytime we have major events on campus, which sends up hotel stays and sends up restaurant visits. We're always constantly impacting the economics around not only in the city but the entire River region.
Well, speaking of impacting the River region and economics and the city and the area, you're going to be hosting a great event
Yes, sir.
On Labor Day, and it's called the Labor Day Classic.
That's correct. And we're excited about it.
And that will be the game between the Alabama State University Hornets and Tuskegee Golden Tigers.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's always an exciting time. It's a historical rivalry, and we have a lot of fun. Families and those who are legacies that have gone to institutions come from miles around to participate in the Labor Day Classic, and so we're just excited about that event coming up, and look for the stadium to be full and the city to be extremely festive during that time.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be great, and we're very excited about it for everyone in our region, and to coincide with the Labor Day Classic, you're going to have your inauguration.
Yes, and you know, and of course, inauguration is, you know, I like to just hit the ground running, not really concerned with an inauguration, but when we thought about its significance and the touch points, I instructed my VP of advancement to put it together to include the community. Again, going back to communiversity. So if we could do something when people were going to be coming, people coming to the Classic, you know, to just make it a grand affair, because it's about community. It's not about me. It's about Alabama State University. And so that was one of the reasons why we decided to have it at this particular time, and so that we can have all the various events leading up to it. And particularly what I was interested in is creating, we have our inaugural ball, which is a benefit for ASU, specifically to kick off what we would consider an annual fundraiser for our institution for the benefit of the students on our campus. And
not only will you have the inaugural ball, but you'll have the SGA President's Ball.
Exactly, and listen, you know, working with our former SGA President, we work closely with our Student Government Association, and so he will be inaugurated at the same time, and so we look to have a great time.
Well, now you've got so many events crammed into that weekend. It's just going to be fantastic. Of course, we all remember the great Mr. James Shannon.
Yeah.
And so you got a Memorial Golf Classic.
Yes,
on the 31st.
Exactly. And of course, James Shannon was one of my mentors.
Yes.
I mean, you know, when I think about all of the people that deposited so much into me to help me get where I am today, of course, James Shannon is one that comes to mind. So we're excited about the golf tournament, and of course, our Alumni Association will have a golf tournament as well. We'll even host an HBCU symposium. So we're lining up guests from across the nation to come and to just talk about the state of historically black colleges in the country, and so we're excited about all of the events that we're going to have come up.
And we've got about 1 minute left, and so you've got a big concert that's going to be happening also on that Friday the 31st. The legendary hip-hop group Belle Biv DeVoe. You got Guy and you got Juvenile.
Well, I tell you, you know, when you talk about old school,
you got New Jack Swing,
and everybody knows those individuals. I mean, they've been around for such a long time, but always give such an impactful show. And so we're just excited. I think Hornet Nation is excited. I even think the Golden Tigers are ready to come.
Everybody's going to be there.
That's right. Everybody's
excellent.
There. Thank
you.
We're
going to be there. I look forward to it. Thanks to you, Dr. Ross, for coming to be with us. We appreciate our partners with helping us to be a sponsor. And that's going to do it for us on this segment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.